signs say no.
We're the only badass novel bitches around. So.
Oh, there we go.
If I'm good to go.
Then, when the music is broken off,
Yeah, you're supposed to like. There you go.
I'm so excited for this! Flower bookmarks. These are so pretty.
We all got different designs. Mine is bamboo with like.
Oh my god, that was an exciting adventure.
Welcome back.
Hi, thank you so much. We have Erica Bauermeister.
Welcome, guest author Kayla tonight. Special guest. Me a lot of Tanner guests tonight.
Jess Lowry, right here with us
Tonight. Welcome, Asha. We're so excited.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Hey, bitches.
Hey.
hello.
How's it going, guys? Please.
Good. I just ate the dinner of a Viking.
Dinner of a Viking.
Yeah. Well,
Like a
it felt
hog?
like it. Salmon and broccoli. But it felt like some shit that a Viking would eat. Maybe take the broccoli out.
Salmon.
They ate a lot of
Leave the
chicken,
salmon raw.
a lot of cracklins.
Cracklins.
Listen, let me have my
Hi,
moment.
Anissa.
I hear you.
She said she just wanted to feel like a Viking. Damn.
I just want you're looking at it come in full garb with like furry shoulder pads and hair.
Yeah,
That,
then you look like you fit right in.
That'd be great.
there you go.
You just reminded me
Katrina.
that when Inara was
Give a
like
Viking
2, we were all Vikings for Halloween.
There you go.
Oh, that's fun. I gotta see that
You gotta
pic.
yeah,
Let me see if I can
I'm
find
sure
it.
you have it.
Let me see.
Welcome.
Presley had a
Jessica.
hairy. Presley had a hairy He-Man fanny pack somewhere. I could have put that on somewhere. That
Oh, I have that one from the Mattel store.
A hairy. Oh my god, I remember that.
died.
The little waist thing that's hairy. And
Yes,
we were dying because she was wearing it on the front.
supposed to be like the He-Man loincloth thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it was. It was a hairy ass loincloth. That's for sure. It was something. Hi, Regina. Oh my goodness. My nose is running. I just took Afrin because the cold is running through the house right now. Just took Afrin to like make sure I'm not congested. But you know when it like automatically makes your like sinuses burn? Like I'm on fire up
That's
here.
not fun.
It has like a little menthol in it. So blessed. Hashtag blessed. With
Bless
that
this
singing
mess.
voice. With that singing voice is clearly.
Welcome.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, what was the laughing? Where did it?
No, it was the echo.
Oh, it was an echo. Okay. So, we read chapters 3, 4, and 5 this week of The Last Kingdom. They went to war a couple times, but this time they're retreating.
Oh,
Don't put your age out.
Wow.
Jessica.
Wow.
Jessica
Brutal
brought.
ass
Shoot,
bitch.
look at her. She brought the jokes. She brought the jokes. Anna brought the juice. She brought the corn juice.
Corn.
Ooh.
Oh my god. When I said brought the jokes, that's the first time. Yeah, since you made us watch that, that was actually the first time that I like referenced it in my head. I was like, she's got the jokes. That's the only time
There
I
will be
made me think
more. There will be more.
got one. Maybe not. Maybe not. We shall see. So, did everybody finish up their reading for this week?
I did.
I did.
I had to listen. I think this is a book I'm going to have to listen to because I tried reading the first couple of chapters and I can't with the name. I think I spend more time trying to do the names and stuff and then remember which one came from. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Everyone was so excited to hear what you had to say.
Yeah.
We were just talking about you a lot.
Yeah, so you were
Oh.
busy because your kid had an awesome weekend last weekend, so you weren't able to hop on with us because you guys were celebrating a big, big win. But because everyone had heard your comments from the week before, they were all wondering how are you? I mean, you're now halfway.
Do you love it?
so-
Do you hate it?
Yeah.
I could go. I mean, it is what it is. It's not my genre, obviously, right? Is it like horrible to listen to, like Snobs? No, but you know what I mean. But it's like, but again, if I would I ever choose this on my own? No, I wouldn't. I think a lot of it just kind of feels like repetitive, like, oh, they're in a battle, and then some shit calms down for a minute, and then it's another battle, and then, oh, let's have a fucking dinner feast, something with a priest, and then let's rape more kids, children, and women, and the battle, and yeah, I don't know. So, like,
I get it.
Yeah. But
we were all kind of
definitely-
wondering though, because last
Yeah.
week, like, it was just the prologue in the first 2 chapters, and we were like, I wonder how Anna's feeling now. And then we're halfway this
right
week.
when I opened the book, I was just like, ugh. And I think I got through like the first chapter or something, prologue in chapter 1, and I was just like, I cannot. Let me try listening to it, and that helped.
It does. It's so you don't, like you said, you aren't just sitting there focused on like names and places and how they're supposed to be said, which can be quite distracting. I understand that.
Yeah. But it's fine. It's bearable to listen to.
Finished this
Dominique,
week.
did you
and
watch
Lisa.
the first episode to get the people?
Okay, so I watched the first episode, and I recognized a few quotes from the book. When I was watching it, I was kind of tired, and then we also watched the Dragon, House of Dragon or whatever. So then, a few days later, when I'm thinking about everything, I'm now even more confused of what I did to myself that evening. But I recognized some lines. I was like, oh, I remember reading that line, and they said it.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
That's funny.
Here, I found it,
Anissa
Nara.
would not have picked it, but I'm really liking it. Only problem is,
Aw, that's cute.
oh my gosh, that's adorable. Stephen King's new book came out and it has me sucked in. Oh, girl, you're double timing. Just reading 2 books at once. That's sometimes difficult because, especially if one's like more interesting than the other, it's like shit. But hey, Ashley, welcome. Show's great. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Well, better late than never. So, I don't exactly remember where the story left off last week, but
End of a battle.
Yeah.
That's literally where we're
Bloodshed.
at.
End of a battle.
Bloodshed.
End of a battle. Yeah.
His uncle was murdered.
Yeah, and that's the confusing part. Which fucking uncle?
Because it's not the one that's in Babylon.
It's not the one who's king currently and wanted his son that was just born to become the next king over Utrecht.
Yeah. No, it's another uncle who is his mother's brother.
That's what because his mother was Mercian, right? Yeah. See, that's where I was trying to remember. That's what it is.
It was on the mother's side.
Yeah.
That makes more
Because I
sense.
could have.
I think the one thing that makes me kind of makes it intriguing for me is that he is a young boy, right? Like remembering that he is a young boy of like what 12, not even 13.
No, younger,
So
right?
I think that,
I think we started the book and he was around 10 or 11.
Oh.
10.
Wow.
And then he was 13 in like chapter 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's around like 13, right? Because the girl is that age
13.
too.
Yeah.
But I think that's the part that kind of keeps me like, okay, I want to see how this develops. Because if it were just all grown men, I think it'd be different. But seeing it from like, and then I like how he's in the moment, but then also talks in present tense, like if everything is in the past. Like, had I only known then, so that's kind of cool because it leads you to think, okay, well, what's going to happen out of this? Yeah.
Interesting. I think I like the kind of the way he's describing the timeline too. I feel like because we're getting like what's going on now for him, but it is him telling the story of past.
Yeah.
But it feels present, so I agree. What's confusing to me is like the ages in which people start things back then.
Mm-hmm.
So like he already got Brita pregnant at 13, and she already lost a baby at 13, and they're going to war, and she's supposed to be set to be married off already, and
yeah,
I'm like, God, they're so
crazy?
dumb. It is crazy. And then another thing that got me, one thing that like really irritated me this week is like, I'm not 100% sure which side I'm on. And I don't know if everybody feels that way. It's like, are we on the side of like the English? Are we on the side of the Danes? I'm not really sure, because when they were talking about, you know, raping and pillaging fucking women and children,
yeah,
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I don't really like you guys right now. I thought you just like showed up and killed them and took their shit. Nope. And then he fucking killed her baby in front of her and said, here, take it. Now it's not a problem, and go tell what happened here.
yeah.
Damn.
Well, they were heartless, but because they had their task at hand, and they wanted to not only take over the land, but they wanted to like genocide. They wanted to get rid of that whole race and culture, so that it would, you know. Yeah, very, very sure. What tripped me out was, you know, it's hard to forget sometimes, like the timeline of, so like when it was the Roman time, when Caesar was ruler and all this stuff, and they had the Colosseum, to now Viking time, at least for me anyway, right? And then they talked about being at the Colosseum, and how they talked about these rumors of what they used it for and all these things, right? But they were using it to I was tripping out like, oh shit, yeah, I guess that would have been after, but it seems so medieval and primal that you would have thought it was before that era.
Wait, because the Colosseum had ship battles at times with the water and all that. They filled that thing up. That's so wild.
Yeah, that's funny. To like kind of hear about things that places we know of, but in a different time. Yeah. Ashley ordered all the rest of the books.
Oh my
There's
God.
13 more now. At the time, I knew there was 13 total. So there's 13 plus this one.
The rest of the 13.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
They leave one person alive, right? Ugh, it's so awful. None of them are good. For me, it's more like an observation of what happens. Yeah, I agree. It's just kind of. And
Well,
welcome,
it's
Rachel, by the way.
Well, here's the
I
thing
agree
too
with
that
that.
you're saying, as far as like, you know, the Danes, Vikings, right? They're raping, pillaging, killing.
I can't
But
hear
then
her.
Think about,
You're too far away.
It's hard to hear her.
Think about the
If I do this,
his uncle.
then I can bring this closer.
His uncle has sent how many people out to kill him at different times. And so, I mean, I think that it's the same on the Saxon side of things. It's just that it may not necessarily be the forefront of what's happening right now. Or
Yeah,
like,
well, a lot of it had to do with
highlighted.
your religious beliefs too.
Yeah,
Were you Christian or were you pagan?
right.
Yeah, but even then, all of like the Christian people are still going out and doing these things. It's just that in their minds, if they go and they, you know, confess to their God, they're going to be forgiven, blah, blah, blah. So.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah, all they
a
gotta
lot
do
of
is
it
take
was,
Bayaka, and it's good.
right.
Bayaka. Bayaka. What is
Oh
it?
my God, though, when the one priest was like talking all that shit, and then he's like, okay, well, if you think your God is gonna save you like your saint right there, then let's test it out. I was like, I was in the car driving home from my mom's when I was listening to it. I was like, oh, do it! I was like, oh my God.
That's Anna, that scene is in the show. It's fucking funny.
Is it?
It is. I think it's hilarious.
Well, in my head, I was like laughing, like, oh my God, if I would have been there, I'd have been like, oh, like he called you out. Like, because you know his face, the way they described it too,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh shit.
Hi, Vanessa. Welcome. Oh, math. Not my forte. No. My son is going over this time period in history, and he asks who's good and who's bad. Depends on which side you're on, I guess. Yeah,
And
exactly.
which time of day it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because, I don't know. I'm not
I'd
sure
be on
if
whatever side is winning.
Well, they didn't win at the end of this week's chapters, but they've been
Oh,
winning
they
all the way
didn't.
up to this point.
Because Odin was sleeping.
Yeah, the Christian god was awake while Odin was taking a siesta.
Oh my God! But what's her name? The girl,
Rita.
When she got down and started stabbing at ankles, and they started moving forward, I was like, smart kid.
Smart kid. She's fun. I just slobbered. Sorry. She's a fun little addition because I kind of feel like her presence is I don't know, it's like up in the air. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
you
don't really
good
know
luck
what
charm.
she's gonna do. Yeah. And you don't really know what she's gonna do next. And I think that that's like really fun. Like she's just like this surprise element constantly. Like he's obviously we know what his plans are, but hers are just so different. It's funny that
the way he says at one sentence where he's like, and I'll always remember her on that day or whatever, looking with the sun. What is it? The sun reflecting off of the blade as she looked at it when they made him the staff or the knife where it was.
They made him his new
the
one.
Serpent. He called it the serpent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way he kind of said that was like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen to her. That he's thinking back at her. So obviously, he's not with her at this point.
Ooh, bitch. You're smart.
I catch all that. Yeah.
You do.
So that'll be interesting to see.
You catch what Bernard's throwing down. Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Good old Bernie.
Good old Bernie.
Good old Bernie.
You said Bernard and made me think of Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Oh, Bernard was that elf with the curly hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, so I don't know which side I'm on right now. I'm kind of mad at hearing about how they treat women and children in general.
Well, you knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Ragnar had said at that one point when Waylon had come after Brita and Uhtred, that if he had put hands on her, then basically he would have slit his throat.
Because she saved his life.
Right.
But had she had no kind of ties to any of them, he wouldn't have given a shit about her.
Well, no, he took her as a slave. So I mean, and he kept her.
Similarly to Uhtred, though.
Yeah. He's treated them like his children.
I don't think that's real. That's a real prize to be claiming there. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on what they had him do. I might want to just be killed. You can get me out of my misery now.
What is that called? When you take to your captor?
That's what I was thinking. I was trying to come up with that term. Like as we read this, and you get to know like the small good parts of people, so you start liking them. And
Munchausen's. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. He captures these kids and then like tries to take them as a slave, and then I don't know. He's got like a soft spot for him. Clearly, it's interesting. Oh, but we got to see a little bit more of his older son this time, right? The younger, young Ragnar the Young.
Is that the sick one? The sickly one?
No. That's the older one who's off on. What is he? The head of his own ship or something right now? What did he say? Something along those lines. Anyway. Oh, that was kind of cool. He came and went. I'm wondering.
I don't know. I like the blind guy. That's always had to describe stuff too. I think he's fun. And then he's sitting there like, the blind guy that he always has to like tell him what's going on during different events. And then he's like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. And then talking shit about them and whoever like their kid is, or, if they were a lord or whatever. He said, oh yeah, he's a lord over a what do you say? A piece of land riddled with manure and shit or something like that. I was dying. I was like,
I do chuckle with like their little insults and stuff.
The devil's turd thing came up this week. So
again, I think that one's hilarious. I don't know why.
I was laughing. So hold on a sec. What are we reading for next week? 6, 7, and 8. So 6 through 8. I wonder if Does he get older in this story? Do we know? Or is this just until he's like a certain age?
Oh, I don't know.
See, I thought when we were talking about it, I thought.
Well, shit, if he's got 13 books, I would assume one is for like a year, right?
Oh, like a different age range. But I don't think that they all just follow Uhtred, am I right? All of his books? I don't know. Let's see. We spent the spring. Okay, so we're gonna get to the year 875.
Would it start at?
875 in chapter 8, and it started at.
So it's 10 years.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Ash is gonna give us a review, like a full on timeline.
It started at 866. And we're going to get, this week we'll go up to 875. So he'll be quite a bit older. I actually thought that I guess he's just a young man up to this.
No, so it is about a year. It's the late 19th century and early 10th century.
The story follows his family history.
So
she's looking at Bernard Cornwell's Wicca or something.
Well, I was just gonna look at the books.
Yeah, and a lot of the names that we're hearing in the book are like family names for him, like Uhtred.
Well, yeah, his dad's name is William Uhtred, but it's spelled Oughtred. That's his last name. So he took his mom's last name.
Yes. Interesting. Too bad we can't ask him about it. You'd be like, you're really interested in my last name? Let's see. I'm a cheater, so I'm going to check and see how far into the years we get at the end, because we're halfway through. I can sneak ahead if I want.
Yeah, we're just.
What I like is that if you get
ideas.
To see the show at all, you don't really have to guess on who you'd rather play a certain character. So we don't really need to cast our characters, except I would replace Brita.
I was gonna say you did want to do a recast.
I do. I would recast Brita only because I don't like who plays her in the show. I don't. I'm not saying she's not gonna be a badass, but I've only seen like the first 3 episodes, like I said. But
the reason why you were late, were you?
Chose, I guess she looks the part. She's described properly. But hold on, let me see. They don't say another year here, so maybe it ends there in like 875 or something. I'm not seeing another year.
But Brita is such a bitch in the show. She plays a really good bad girl.
Yeah, she does.
Like, you love to hate her sometimes. So, if you watch the show, I don't think that she can change.
I like her in the book more than I like her in the show. We'll put it that way. Uhtred needs to stay Uhtred, and I hate Brita so much. Oh my goodness. In the show or in the book or both?
I think
I'm just asking. Because maybe it's different. I don't know. Because like I said, I like her in the book, but I don't like her in the show. Maybe it's just the character or the person who plays her. I'm not sure. Alfred's wife is a pious little bitch in the show. I hate her more than Brita.
Oh, wow.
See, I'm not the only one who's a hater. More in the show, but she annoys me in the book. I don't know. I kind of like that she's a little badass. I mean, well, bless you. Anyway. What else comes up this week? So, Uhtred's dad, he was king, right?
Yeah.
No, why are you saying lord?
Because they're lords of Attenborough.
I thought he was a king.
I thought he was a king too.
Why
Is
did
that
I
his
think
brother?
that? Because I thought
Maybe
they were
just-
saying that brother was going to be king now.
Ashley said he's king. That's why they had to baptize him to switch him so that he could be, I thought, as well.
The new Uhtred, the next like heir to the throne, right? But then it fell to his dad's brother, and then after that, it would fall to his dad's brother's kid, who was just born. I guess was a boy, or is a boy. We don't know what's going to happen with that kid, but they said he's healthy. So we shall see. So I would imagine at some point in this series, I don't know if it's going to be in our book. Let's see, yes. When his older brother was killed, Uhtred was supposed to be the king, but his uncle stole it. Right. And then his uncle tried to have him killed so that he could, like, have the throne. And then that's where Wayland showed up and claims that he killed him. Anyway, so I was going to say, I think that maybe later, yes, kill him to rightfully get the throne, right? So I wonder if it's going to come up in this or like maybe a future book, but I'm kind of wondering if he's ever going to get like the opportunity to be the king of Babenberg.
Just wonder if we'll find out.
I know. I wonder if our story will kind of end there, or I don't know. There's 13, so for goodness sakes. I wonder if we follow it along, like all the different characters throughout like the 13 books. Does it say Ashley in what you got? I guess technically you can look at like the backs of them and see who it follows. All right. No. It doesn't even mention Uhtred on the back of our book.
Is he the main person in the whole series?
On the show, he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to read like a quick snippet of the next books.
Of the next books. Okay. She said, "What are you wanting to know?" I love Guthrum. Is that how that's said? Guthrum.
Guthrum?
Why is that not ringing a bell right now?
Who Guthrum is? Who's that?
Was who was in the chapel with the arrows.
Wow. You know, we're listening together right now, and I'm feeling like we take in different things.
It was what Anna was just talking about. And I was saying they do that in the TV show, and I think it's funny. It was in the first couple of episodes.
I told you I didn't see those, like, I haven't seen those in like 8 months. And you know how well that stuck with
you. Do you
me,
remember
obviously.
in the episode where he takes Abba's seer, and then after he leaves Guthrum, then he goes back to Brita, and Brita has put a twig in his ass? He's naked and strapped to a horse. The seer is.
What episode is that? Because I don't think that happened in the first 3 episodes.
It does.
Is that in the book?
Motherfucker, I didn't pay attention at all. I don't pay
Yeah, I
attention.
didn't see nothing about someone on a horse with a stick in his ass.
Ben walked in right then and he started laughing. Not kidding. Oh my god, I'm gonna kick their butts.
Oh.
He's gonna start repeating it.
Next thing you know, somebody's pants are gonna be down. He's gonna have a stick.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's not reenact that, kid.
Could you imagine? Yeah, I didn't get to chapter 4, so I need to.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Yeah, Ben was laughing about what you said. That was good. That's in the show that I love. Be better than Barley comment from Oswald in the show. Well, I guess we'll have to wait to get there. Like I said, I just don't remember that much. Like, as we're reading, there are certain things that come up that, like, I do remember from when I kind of watched the beginning of the show. but I don't know. Some things just don't stick out as much as others, I guess. That was funny that Ben came in and laughed about that. He will repeat it too. That kid is just like his mama. He loves a good set of curse words.
Well, shit, I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Look at her. She just said, mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. You know what I think is really interesting, since Anna brought up snobs earlier, is that Bernard Cornwell doesn't just like drag it on in annoying detail forever. Like, we're not having to hear about every fucking floorboard and wall panel in every single room that they step into ever.
There is a good amount of description
Detail. Right.
and detail, but not overly, like,
Not overly
every
descriptive to the point where
tchotchke
you're
on the
like,
wall.
yes. And that was something that I found really annoying when we read Snobs.
Like, I feel like there was
the
like
story is good, but it was like a lot of fluff. It's like you're just filling a lot of pages with a lot of description
like
about the mantle. Like,
that's what I'm remembering right now. I'm picturing that's what I was like saying. I feel like there was a clock or something that I could, like, I have in my memory of how it looks because of how it was described.
Yeah. Sherry hasn't watched it, so there's no firm reference. You should. It's on Netflix. You need to go ahead and like at least watch episode 1. Okay, hold on. It's not too much. He gets on with the plot. Yes, I agree. And it is perfectly detailed. So for those of you who read Snobs or read it with us, that was like kind of a common theme. Like, we just felt like things were overly described. Like, why did we have to hear about how like every teeny tiny swirl and detail in a like fireplace mantle? It truly had nothing to do with the story. And that's where I was like, it's just overly descriptive, and you're going on and on to fill your pages, and like maybe you had a page count you didn't know what to do because your story didn't have enough.
The only part of what we read so far that reminded me of that, where I was like, okay, let's fucking move on, was when they were talking about the charcoal. The charcoal in the pit and having to do the fire, and then they leave the holes.
That was last week,
and then if oh my god, like, can we fucking move on?
That was last week where they were talking about the leading all the animals and the last dude to slaughter.
Yes, but then they talked about how like he is like obsessed with charcoal.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. I don't even remember.
And he would have to man the pit. He'd have to man the pit all night, and they had the vent holes, and if the wind blew from the other way, they'd have to plug them and create new ones. And wow.
See? This is what I'm saying. Like, we all take in different things as we're reading, but like I just start to remember it being overly descriptive because I don't know, kind of went with it. Let's see. I know Netflix. Oh, okay. Well, you need to like log into Ashley's or somebody else's and get started. It's worth it. Couldn't read Snobs. Oh my god, it was the story. It could have been cut down to half the book. That was Snobs. A good story. Could have been cut down to half of what we read. Yeah, for sure. I've skimmed a lot. It was for the blacksmith. Yes. The blacksmith. And all the charcoal. I don't know. Like I said, I just don't think he's like overly detailed. I feel like he has enough meat to his story that he doesn't have to. I guess. So.
I think I just really like to see the comparison between the book and the show.
Yeah.
Because I watched it through twice.
Yeah.
So it's really just interesting to see how they do each thing. Obviously, in the TV show, they don't spend long with him as a 10-year-old boy. It pans to him as, an adult. I don't know how old he's supposed to be though.
He's a young adult, that's for sure. I mean, I feel like when he's older, or like in the show, he has to be like no more than like 23. All right.
I don't know how old he's supposed to be in the show.
I don't know.
I mean,
I just feel like
at
he's
that time you
definitely
don't
still
live
young.
to be old.
Definitely don't get old. Let's see. The blade the blacksmith made was Damascus. Hey, I was actually wondering about that. Thank you for bringing that up. That's so funny. So my oldest, who's going to be 20 tomorrow, he was obsessed with that show Forged in Fire.
Uh-huh.
I guess you can watch that one on Netflix, I think. Yeah. I don't know. But anyways, so he, we would occasionally watch it together and they would talk about like soft and hard metals. And it just, when I was reading that, I was like, oh my God, what is it called? What is it called? There is a name for like mixing those metals and creating yes, there you go, the best metal, Damascus. So I'm glad you brought that up, Jessica. Thank you. Because I was wondering and I forgot to look it up as I was reading that. So funny. Yeah, it's actually a fun show if you just like blacksmith stuff. It's actually pretty interesting.
Me and Sean watched a few episodes.
Yeah.
And you can still catch it on TV. I think it's like, it's not TBS. It's maybe Discovery Channel. I don't know, something like that.
Something, yeah. But it's a really good show. I mean, you get to learn a lot about like the different metals and how like cool knives are made, and they like, have people compete to create like a better sword. They all have to make like a specific kind of sword for like the end of the show, and then their swords have to go through, or their knives, whatever, have to go through like a series of tests to see if they can like withstand certain materials when they cut through them or stab them. Oh my God, it's such a fun show.
Yeah, they're cutting like pig carcass and shit.
Really, yeah, it's actually really good. Even the kids can watch it. It's really, really interesting. I've always really enjoyed that show. Have watched it, yes. It's good. So I guess that's something you could like, just check out alongside what we're reading currently. Why not? Look at this little scrunchy baby. I think
Odin is sleeping.
No, Odin isn't. Well, no, Odin is not currently sleeping. Awake for this evening.
You need me to put him to sleep again?
Not while he's hungry. Then he's gonna keep picking up.
He fell asleep last time.
Yeah, he's a fun one. He likes to make her feed him, but only so he can like just have her boob in his face. He doesn't actually want to eat, so what he does is he like gets started, makes her let down, and then he like knocks out, kicks it out of his mouth.
There you go. You should get one of those silicone ones and just put it on Manny.
Well, we have the ninnies. He is a ninny baby.
No, like the little like chest.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Of course, CJ is hilarious, and he would do it for sure. But I think, was it you who brought him over, or Manny? To CJ. CJ was like, "Oh, I'll let him watch on," and so he like brings his shirt up, and Odin just gets closer and closer, and finally looks shocked at what the hell he's looking at. I was like, "Oh my God, it's all your body hair." He's so confused. So confused. It was fucking hilarious. Ugh. All right, so it's fun to watch someone else get like slightly tics with their kid, because then I feel good about myself because I'm always ticking my kids. But it's like just to see like the miniature irritations are good. Like they just come up and talk to you while you're working, and you're like, "Are you kidding me? Okay, we need to like cover it." Hold up. Desiree found them. No, I'm not sure that's going to count as being covered. Is it? They have these. Desiree's going to show you. Look. Some little like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Stick-on. Like a stick-on set of.
They did that in, what was that the movie, The Meet the Fockers? The second one? Didn't they have like a.
Yes, they did.
Little Nicky.
I don't remember that. Oh my
Little
God.
Nicky, the guy had breasts on his head. He wore a bra on his head.
Oh my
It was
God.
with
That
Adam
movie's
Sandler.
old. Yeah. That movie's so old. Dang. Poor baby probably has gas. He's like the gassiest.
No, he fell asleep.
Oh, he knocked out on the job. Finish your job.
So did everybody like this week better than last week or same?
I feel the same. I liked both weeks of reading. Personally.
Yeah, I mean, this week had more going on.
It did. It did. But we got a lot more like backstory in the first week with the prologue, actually. So I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying like the progression of, you know, Uhtred's like love and hate for the people that I think he feels like he needs to stay with. And it's,
I think it's both.
yeah, he has like a love-hate relationship with it because he grew up, you know, English and obviously is supposed to feel a certain way about the Danes, but now he's seen a different side of them and he's grown closer to them. And I think that he's, you know, obviously I mentioned it last week, but he's clearly conflicted on like which side he really lies. And I'm not 100% sure yet. And we're hearing him say, as an older man back then, I don't know where he's at. I don't know if I can get from that where he ends up yet. But what are you doing?
I thought his diaper was on.
You're probably sweating.
No, it was just warm.
Anyway, I'm enjoying it just as much as I did last week, but it is nice to see a little bit more of like the relationship growth. Not only between like Uhtred and the Danes, but also between like Uhtred and Brita. I like their relationship, and I like her character, like her place there in this story. Like I said, she had some fire, and I think that's why I really like it. Her position currently. So we'll see what happens there. How are you guys all feeling this week versus last week? Can you show us a photo, since you have this like popped up, of the girl who plays Brita in the show?
Yeah, I want to see this
Has
person.
everyone seen who plays Uhtred?
I have not. Oh, I think so. It's the guy in the background, right?
Yeah, but I mean, not everybody can see it, so hang on. She can show. I mean, Desiree, I think, tried to show him as much as possible in all of her videos leading up to us reading this. So that you guys can kind of all see who plays him. Let's see. There we go.
That's her?
Yeah, I just don't like who plays her.
She looks
just like
old.
She's going to come across this video.
She looks older, but don't forget, in the show, they do get quite a bit older, and I don't know like if we're going to end up at that age in this book or not. But I think they picked him well. He's a good actor. He plays the character well, and obviously is not hard to look at. But I mean, even when he's like, you know, fighting and all.
What else was he on? He looks familiar.
He does look familiar.
He's been in different things.
Oh my God, Ashley. Good Lord.
Ashley, I haven't seen what she just said. What did she say?
She wants to be pillaged.
Okay. This is, yeah, she really does. That's gonna get bleeped out, but
That's Alfred, Uhtred, and Brita.
Alfred is
King Alfred.
Oh. So if they're with each other later, that's interesting. Later in life, do they switch sides? That was a sneaky pick, bitch. What does Rachel say? The first time I read the book, I didn't have the Uhtred in my head, but I can't see anyone else now. Did you have like an idea of who would play him in your head, or like maybe a look? or an actor that kind of fit how you felt he would look back when you read it the first time. Interesting. This week is better than last week. It's not as slow, but it's hard to read for me with the names and places. Yeah, same. I think that's why, like Anna said, she started listening just to help with some of the names and places. I'm liking the story, not normal genre, but I'm getting into it. Yeah. She said Brita and Alfred.
Oh.
Starting to get into it. There we go. Yeah, we're like halfway through and we're like, all right, what happens next? Not really. I don't tend to cast them in my head, just a general idea. Okay. General idea.
Here is a picture of our Uhtred and Brita from like year 1.
What?
Oh wow.
This must be
2015.
He's like a baby. They don't even look the same as they do on the show. If they made
That's
her look
them?
more like that, yeah. If they made
It's
her
so
look
funny.
more like that, I might like her more, but she doesn't look like that. She looks
it's like
but
the kids of Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then as they got older and years went on, they looked more haggard and beat up, and there you are.
Especially if they start off really young and then they, you know, have that their
look
growth.
at this. Whoops, shit. Ashley, I found an outfit for you.
You're frozen. There you go.
An outfit?
It looks like her armpits have long hair.
Oh my god!
Let's see.
It's the Viking way.
I think I need to listen. Yes. Yeah. Try listening.
Yeah.
It is interesting to hear some of these like names and places in someone else's voice because it does help. You know. Otherwise, we're going, how do you pronounce this the whole damn time? Back on the show is much less gross in the book. Well, that's good to know. He's disgusting.
Oh well, in
my
the
head,
show,
he's gross
you,
in the book.
Love Bayaka. He's such a good character.
I thought Brita would look better. Same. I can't stand her in the show. I feel like they didn't cast her right. I mean, I'm not saying she isn't like extra fire.
No, you'll if you watch the show and hopefully as we go through the book, like you'll see like she is a good Brita.
You'll show later. Why? Can you
Does
not?
anybody have like a favorite character so far?
I really like Raven. Raven.
So they say Raven in the Audible.
The Audible does say Raven.
Raven.
Okay, well, and it's like just R-A-V.
And who's that?
No, so you can kind of do whatever you could put an O there. Ravon if you felt like it. I mean, I'm just saying like Ravoon. Like there is no, it's R-A-V-N, so it's like you can kind of do whatever you want with that one. But I like him. I think he's an interesting character. He's blind. He tells everyone to like tell him some shit. You know, he's a poet.
Oh, yeah, the blind old man.
Yeah, I actually like Ragnar. Is it Ragnar? Ragnar,
yeah.
Yeah, and I like the old man.
Yeah.
That's his dad.
That's his dad. Yeah.
Raven or whatever.
Raven. I will say Raven. Try to Ragnar and the Blind Old Man. Yeah. Good, interesting characters. I don't like, who is it? Ragnar's wife right now. She drives me nuts. She's always like, oh, they need to get married. Oh, they need to do something else. Oh, wow.
See, she doesn't really play a big part.
What's her name? Is it Sigrid? Sigrid? Yeah. I don't like her. I don't like her. Is there like a hated, like most hated character right now in this story? Sven's bad, right?
Who's that one?
Kjartan and Sven.
And Sven, yeah, those dirtbags. Father and son.
Rita.
Okay, this girl's such a hater. She just has the thing for Uhtred, and she's like, anybody who plays Uhtred's side piece is, yeah, that's what it really is. She's like, nah, it should be me. All right, we're just going to change her name when we start talking about her to Ashley and watch her start loving that character.
Oh,
yeah.
Night, Cherry.
Night, Cherry. See you next week.
Kjartan is like the biggest
Dirtbag right now.
Either that or his uncle.
Ooh, I was gonna say his uncle.
Oh, look at that's what Katrina just said.
The uncle, thank you. Yeah, he's an asshole right now. I liked his second wife in the show. Oh, there you go. I hate myself if I was Burrito. Stop! You would not, because you'd be getting some Uhtred's.
She's bitter.
Uhtred's Uhtred?
Uhtred's tread.
Yeah. That was a terrible one. Neither one of our jokes were good. Neither one.
Uhtred's, what did he call his sword?
Oh,
Does
God,
it
the
have a
serpent.
name? Oh, yeah.
Uhtred's serpent.
Yeah. Ashley would take that serpent if her name was Brita.
I think she'd take it if her name was anything.
She said Team Brita sucks over here. She's such a hater. Damn.
I do like, though, how Ragnar just really takes Uhtred
under his wing.
He sees him as a son. You know, he gave him the hammer. He's really showing him the Dane Viking way. And,
I just want to know, does he ever turn on him? Do they ever turn on each other? Do we know? Is that like a big spoiler?
She
Should I
can't
ask
answer
that
that.
question?
She's seen the series. That's not fair.
Okay. That's what that's where my mind keeps going, is like, how does this relationship end?
I mean,
You don't have to answer it. I'm just saying that's just always it's always in my thought. Sorry.
I just really like him as a character. So, yes, you'll have to see how that kind of progresses. The book, I'm finding, has a lot more of them as they're young. There's a lot more, and I think that our pre-reader said that. She wished that she could have more of them and their backstory, you know, was from the TV show, maybe? And so I do find that when I watch the TV show, they did jump from, what is it called? From them being young kids, you know, Ragnar takes Uhtred, takes Brita, and then they jump to, you know, them as adults. So it would have been nice to see in the TV show, like what we're reading right now in the book, where Brita's a bad bitch, as you know, as a kid, and Uhtred too, you know, because you really don't see any of that at all in the TV show. So it was really interesting to read that this week.
Something's hilarious.
What the fuck happened? She either scared someone or someone scared her because I was screaming.
Oh.
Oh my God. I was trying to sneak past to the bathroom so that like the kids wouldn't see me out, so they wouldn't think I was done. Right? So I go in, and I come out, and I cross CJ, like, boom, he's like randomly walking down the hall. But I come around the corner to run into this room, and he's right there. And I guess I scared him scaring me. Oh, he was like, fucking shit. And I was like, ah!
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear me scream, but that was good. I love a good scare. Ooh, you got me yesterday, right? I think you did.
No, CJ did.
Oh,
He was in the toilet.
Oh, CJ again. Damn, he's good.
So I do like that they didn't skip over that in the book, that we got a little bit more of that. I wish that we could have seen more of that in the show. But how, I guess, Rachel, as far as kids being expensive, how is that different than adult actors?
Well, they're expensive in the way that you can't a lot of time is wasted. So you can only have them on set for X amount of hours.
Number of hours at a time, yeah.
So and if they don't get it right, it's not like you can just keep them going until they do. It's a little different. You have to like
damn child labor laws.
They need like their breaks and all that stuff.
They didn't have any back then.
And they have to do schooling too.
Yeah.
They have to have like a trailer for schooling on set and do all that shit, and yeah.
I worked with kids.
They have the nerve to age. That's funny.
It's boring on set for them.
Makes sense. It would have just been nice to be able to see that in the show, but I do like reading that and, you know, the kind of progression of that.
We get a little bit of them younger in the show, all the main things are kind of touched, but none of the little things are touched on that we're reading about. And I don't feel like they're just side detail and not important. I just feel like they only spent a little bit of time with like the main aspects of the story that are, that we've read. But yeah, in the show, you don't get a whole lot. They really could have done a lot more considering they've ended up now going on like 5 seasons or so, right?
Maybe that's why they didn't. But it would have still been nice because, again, they're kind of changing some of the story. They could have still gone back and did kind of a back then episode to kind of show the different things that he and Brando went through, to show the major progression of his relationship.
Like flashbacky stuff.
That's what I'm thinking. Flashback.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good.
But
I mean, I don't know the show, but that's a good way to do what you're asking.
This is also a good point. The show didn't develop as much of the relationship with Ragnar. That's true too. Is you get a little bit more of like the relationship with Raven than you do with Ragnar. I mean, you do feel like they're a little bit closer, but in the book, they get quite close to the point where somebody called him his son. I don't remember who that was.
Called who his son?
Called Uhtred Ragnar's son.
Oh, that they say that happens often because of how his hair and all that, right? And he likes it.
Yeah.
Well, he basically adopted him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I wasn't ready for Uhtred to look so good as an adult when he was a homely child. Oh my gosh.
I'm just surprised so far. I'm surprised so far that they're letting that blacksmith stay with them, especially with a lot of the comments that he's making to Uhtred, especially when he gave him the serpent, right? That he even told him, you're going to kill Danes with these one day. That you'll kill Danes with this one day.
It's interesting. Like, I mean, he's got some runes. I'm like, oh, shit. But, I don't know. I mean, he already knows that, like, even though he's with the Danes, that the Danes aren't, like we have all said here, aren't all good. So whether English or Dane, like, they're not all good no matter who you are.
Yeah.
So he must just know, like, at some point, like, you may have to turn on everybody. They're making a movie on the last 3 books.
Oh?
The series is only the first 10. Hey, that's good to know.
So
the movie is going to cover the last 3?
There's 3 movies, or one movie covers the last 3? Do we know that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Next year going to have the next book, right? We haven't released.
A book has not come out since 2020.
Or next year we could do the last book, and everybody has to read all the books in between on their own time.
Oh shit! Right?
That would be fun to go back and
We
start
could.
choosing like the last books of the
Y'all
series.
have to do your homework where you read like
That's a good year,
books
Dominique.
2 through 12, and then we read 13 together.
On your side.
Yeah. Well, I'll be on LOA for that month. I'm out.
Anna's just gonna like skip
Nah.
ahead. She said cut.
Give me the cliff notes. Yeah.
One movie. Okay.
Oh, okay. He's taking a break on the Saxon series. Oh yeah, it said that he was working on something else. I don't remember what it is. The Sharp series, something like that. Yeah. He has a few different ones. This guy can write. Can you imagine having that much like information in your head that like you can just produce that many books? Like,
yeah,
I was like,
that's
one book.
I don't in my head.
Someday. Yeah, there's gonna be like, you know what? One day, our credit, like our author, is gonna have to be Novel Bitches because we're not gonna be able to write it without like everybody's input at some point, right? We'll just have like a Novel Bitches book that comes out.
Exactly.
All of our theories.
All of our theories, yeah. We turn all that shit into a story. That'd be great. The 5th season is the last season of the show. Oh, I know.
That's it.
I want to ask for spoilers because I do like to find things out on my own. The original Sharp show is awesome because the intro music is unexpected.
Sharp show? What's that? Is that the same thing?
It has a book series. It's called the Sharp. If you open your book, it shows all of the books in it.
It actually only mentions a few of his different like books.
I see.
There is Sharp. Movie's gonna tie up the last 3 books, so we'll see. Well, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So I guess you need to like see the whole series and then go see the movie. There you go.
I just chose something.
No, I told you to pick.
I know, but there's like a lot of them.
Well, I'm supposed to do her hair like a Viking.
So we can use our clip or
So you can put her pretty hair pit in there.
Which one did you guys get?
I got the triangular thing.
I got a triangular shaped one as
What
well,
is-
but I don't know.
There's a
It's
couple
really
different ones.
Yeah,
The one
there
that's shaped like this.
Oh
pain in
yes.
the ass. What a
Actually, I
pain.
have it over there. Mm.
Rachel, where can we watch the original Sharp show?
Is that one on Hulu or Amazon? I feel like. Hold on.
I didn't know that the other series was a book.
Good night.
Dry
Or a
hair
movie
piece.
show or whatever.
Yeah. Fun hour. Missed you. Go to bed. To send my kids to school.
Thanks for all the info.
Yeah.
She's all gonna go to bed while watching.
Yeah. She's gonna go to bed. Go to bed. Now she's all keyed up. Enjoy, Mr. Tennant.
Tell your husband to go braid his hair.
Ooh.
Put on your arm cuff.
Put on your arm cuff. Or he could put on your arm
Yeah.
cuff.
That's what I mean.
Not on his arm.
Arm cuff? Oh.
That one. Okay.
Here's me as a Viking.
Oh my god, I lost my ring the first time I wore it. 2 weeks later, I walked out of the nail place and found it. Stop! You lost your ring.
That's
Huh?
just fun.
Oh wow, look at this. How cute. Oh, you really were like all Vikings.
And Houston was too.
So,
Let's see.
Vanessa, you literally lost your ring when you were going in to get like a Viking nail thing, or you found it when you went back in to get your Viking nails painted. I know, I said thing and it's a manicure. It is what it is.
But then she found it.
I
So
cannot
that's
believe
random.
that. That's awesome that you found it.
That's
She said
crazy.
bed. Yeah, exactly, bed. My kids have their first full week of school, so I gotta go read some shit. Oh my god.
Oh, grading.
It just fell right off. The day I went to get my Viking nails.
Being
How
so
funny.
clumsy, Vanessa.
She like wore her like Viking ring to go get her Viking nails done and then lost it. But then when you went back in, you went and found it. So you
Found it there at the nail salon?
That's what she's saying.
You got the luck. The luck of
That's
freedom.
cool. It's meant to be with you.
I don't know. Rita's got luck on her side.
Does she not later? But she does now. Well, no, they think of her as lucky, like a lucky charm kind of, right? I'm guessing that's gonna have to change at some point.
Well, like I said, we don't get any of her as she was young.
Where did you guys see Houston though with the
No,
wig?
she went through some shit when she was young. We could get to that. Found it outside, just like on the pavement. Wow.
That's super cool.
Where's
Oh
Houston
my.
with a wig?
Look at his like Utrecht wig. Wow.
Houston's all, let's dig it out for book club.
No.
That's all you want to role play tonight? I'll be Utrecht.
You could be Rita.
I even know, honestly, I don't even know where that wig came from. I don't.
You took it from one of your movie sets.
Who knows?
That's funny.
I forgot you worked on movie sets. Why do I always forget that?
It was a short.
Paul didn't
Time.
stay on box for way too long.
Isn't that why I ended up on that movie set?
What movie is that?
What was that movie? Oh my god, I don't remember what it was called.
With Dominique?
Didn't you? I swear. No. Maybe not.
Well, there's a lot of filming going on in our town.
No, never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Wow.
That was a whole lot of nothing.
It was a lot
Absolutely
of, well, it shared a lot of our thoughts.
couldn't have been with Karen. Did she work on
Karen
movies?
did makeup.
That's what I did. So maybe it was with Karen that like
Oh, your mom knows.
she brought what the make first. That's
Karen did
helpful.
makeup.
That literally is not helpful. It's not a name.
Mhm.
So anyways, we ended up I was asked to like help with just powdering extras for a movie. I guess that was not what they made. So that's my memory.
That sounds highly illegal.
Anyway, so no, I was asked to powder extras on a like movie set, and they ended up with like too few extras and asked to like, be in the background of a bunch of like, party scenes.
They always need.
And I was like, no, I really am here just to powder makeup on people.
I've been thrown in as extras because when there's not enough, and then they throw you in there, and I'm like, I'm behind the camera on purpose, and I make the scene look awkward.
They were
horrible.
like, can you just pretend you're really drunk? And I'm like, pretend. I should be drunk. I'm just kidding. So I had to like pretend I was doing a field sobriety test in the background of the
Oh, that's
movie.
funny. Have you ever seen? Did you ever see? Have you ever been able to see that
You need to like reverse image
scene?
your face.
I've seen it. It's in the background of the movie, and I'm trying to remember what fucking movie it was.
Oh,
It was like one of those like young adult, like early 20s like party movies, and I just don't remember.
did you get credit?
No.
Oh,
Oh, I don't even know if my name was like Drunk Girl. I don't remember.
Number one.
Drunk Girl number 407. That's probably because it was at a party, so I don't remember.
let's see. Let's see if you're on IMDb.
Oh, here we go.
I will if you're fucking
There's not a chance.
popped up.
You could be some like.
I don't remember the movie. Hey, do you remember the movie that I had to be an extra in when I was younger? Remember that? He's going, oh shit, right now. All right, just let me know.
Were you married or not married?
No, it was before we met.
Okay.
Like he knows. It's just out of his head. Same.
You should see his concentrating face right now. It's real
It
funny.
had that one.
Oh, that one dude.
Oh my god, it had.
That
Is it Shipwreck?
shipwreck.
Was it?
Break.
Shipwreck.
Shush. There.
It had the red-headed. Yeah, we are live. Look at why are they so confused?
Because they wanted to eat pizza with us.
Thank you for reminding me. It had the like red-headed dude from I think the American Pie.
Oh,
Short.
pubes. The pubes dude.
Seth Green.
Seth Green, maybe.
Really? Seth Green?
Maybe. If you
Wow.
look at
So this was an Oscar-nominated film, I'm guessing.
obviously, I was the best drunk
Yeah.
girl ever.
Right.
I had to like touch my nose and get spun around. That was like in the background. But then I was in the background of a bunch of other scenes. It was weird. I don't know.
Got it.
Dominique,
Yeah.
were you in the background of?
One was Americanese. It was a book to movie. It was like Chinese, Japanese, Americanese. It was like a half Asian, half white thing, and they called it Americanese. It was like a
Oh,
take on
Well,
that
to movie, I love
drama
that idea.
romance movie.
drama romance.
And then ICP.
Night Regina,
I was in the background of ICP.
Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, so they made a short series called Dark Carnival that I worked on, and I was in the background of one of those.
My watch started listening to you, and it said something about Dark Hole. I was like, no, stop. You're going to get me kicked off. How funny. Wasn't a Sundance film. Ugh.
Nothing I did went to Sundance.
Alright. Well,
Oh.
yeah, I do think that's it. Cool. I think that's it for this week. All right. So we will wrap it up. We'll see you guys next week for chapters 6, 7, and 8. We'll be 3/4 through this book, so we should have some more answers about our main characters next week. Desiree will still be here because she's never leaving. I'm sending her husband a tax return form at the end of the year for the 2
Dependents.
entire months that I have dependents in my household.
That sounds like a fair trade. I mean,
Dude, you remember she was stuck at our house for a month? Yeah. I don't remember.
I say to fix that whole problem, just don't let her visit anymore.
That's rude.
yeah, she's a
She won't
visitor.
get stuck
She's
there.
a visitor that keeps on visiting.
Right. She's like that visitor where you have to have like a hard checkout time. Like look you're booked from the 4th to the 8th.
Desiree's coming for 4 days. Okay, so that's when we triple it, and then you add,
correct.
and then do the division there, and that's the total
Bingo.
days.
Yes.
Bingo.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's
A
exactly.
lot of you.
Good night, Jessica. All right, bitches. We will see you next week. Week 3 of this. We'll see you then. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.